Welcome everyone back to the Crimson 15 podcast. I'm your host, Crimson Sen.
15 PCA.
810-454.
Be sure to check us out over on Twitter at C15 Podcast. Join the discussion over on Discord, link in the description below. And if you're enjoying the videos, be sure to sub, like, share, and hit that bell for notifications. Lara Croft, Legend of Tomb Raider. A long format review. If you want the short reviews, I do put out tiny, small reviews over on TikTok. Also here on YouTube Shorts. You can check those out if you just want the quick and the fast. Or if you want to watch a super long video where I go scene for scene, you've come to the right place. This show is boring. I think it would have been better if they would have just done multiple storylines, like, 2 episodes about one adventure, another episode about a different adventure, and just have it be fresh. I am so bored of these stones. I don't care anymore. Because it's just, if she just had a gun, she would just shoot this guy. It'd be over with. But she wants to be fancy and use bows and arrows and stupid crap like that. If this is as apocalyptic as they wanted it to be, there's no more thing. Just blow the whole train up. Just kill everybody. There's no point. How many more people are dying because of all of these natural disasters, and you could have just killed the guy? I don't know. I'm bored of this. But we open up, and remember how they say, the last one of the stones is going to be in like Iraq or Iran or something, some Middle Eastern country. So she knows a guy. She goes onto his property, and he starts shooting at her with a gun. I'm assuming it's a shotgun. Look how big that barrel is. There's no sight on it because, why put sights on guns? Just shooting random directions. It doesn't matter. He doesn't know it's Laura until he goes out there and peeks at her. So first of all, everyone, self-defense people out there, a target identification is huge. It is probably more important than anything else. Many people have killed family members because they thought they were breaking into the house. You need to identify your target. Do not just randomly shoot at somebody. It's ridiculous. And I hate how it's a trope in movies where it's like, whoa, didn't know it was you. No, you don't shoot guns at people if you don't know who they are. Just don't do that. That's ridiculous. Anyways, rant over. This guy really likes Jonah. Really, really, really likes Jonah. It's so funny because it's super hard to explain because you can have good friends. This guy doesn't seem like he's a good friend. He seems like he wants Jonah to be his lover. It's a little much. You have duos, right? You have people like Ken and Ryu, Street Fighter. Totally not gay. No, not a single gay vibe from those guys. And they're all over each other. But they're brothers, friends. They're just that companionship. This guy just, I don't know, it just exudes, I'm gay for my best friend. So all she has to do is mention Jonah's name and this guy drops his pants. He'll do anything, no matter what it is. No matter how illegal and terrible and awful it is, he'll do it because Jonah's involved. So she gets him to fly a plane for her, and then she does her very best Dr. Disrespect cosplay. It looks just like the guy. I mean, the sunglasses, everything. The red and black, it's ridiculous, and that guy's a weirdo. I don't watch streamers, and I don't watch character streamers. I just think the idea of pretending to be somebody else while playing a video game is just weird. Anyways, so she just jumps out the plane because she's a badass and can do whatever she wants. Big old explosion because What's-His-Face combined another stone. So every time they combine a stone, it makes a big explosion. That never kills anybody. He did this big explosion in Laura's apartment and it didn't even put a scratch on her. She's got flak jacket on. So she lands. But every time a stone gets put together, there's always a little bit of a disaster. And I guess the more stones that get combined, the bigger the disasters are going to be. This is where the animation is weird to me. I don't like this weird 3D animation. Again, it doesn't look too bad in still pictures here. You see the still images up on screen. When it's moving, it has a weird choppiness to it. I don't know. Does anyone remember Zoids? It was a show where you had the traditional anime, but the robots were all 3D. And it just has that feel to it. And while Zoids had its charm, this doesn't have any charm to it. But she's just motorcycling around to get away from like this natural disasters like water, you know, things are blowing up, the buildings are falling apart. She's like flying this motorcycle through things with no knowledge of where it's going. What if that window, you know, went to a brick wall? Nope, she just knows that it's going to take her where she needs to go. It's really silly. She's chasing the train because she so happened to see him in one of the train windows, or she sees Jonah. The luck, the absolute serendipitous of this whole situation. I hate stuff like that. So she gets on the train in the most impossible, very over the top, like, you know, Mission Impossible kind of way. Instead of having her gun, she has a bow and arrow in a confined space. Very bad idea. An extremely, awfully bad idea. So bow and arrow is very deadly too. You could, it easily can kill people just as easily as a gun. So why not just carry a gun? Especially like a pistol, because then you don't have to worry about, you know, as much of it being so cumbersome. Anyways, she's walking through the train. She sees all these people brainwashed because that's like one of the stone's powers. Question for the audience. Does she see the glowing red eyes or the glowing green eyes? Can she see that? Like the characters in the show, can they see that? Or is that effect just for the audience? Because the audience is too stupid and they won't realize these people are mind controlled. Because if you see someone with gigantic glowing green eyes, first of all, that'd be freaky as hell. It should have been way more subtle. It's like literally like they got just like emerald eyeballs. It's ridiculous. She's walking through. She's like kind of spooked out because everybody's like, you know, being controlled. Even Jonah. Then what's his face sitting at the table and he's like, Mrs. Croft. Like he's just like trying to be fancy. And she does the right thing. She's going to just kill him. She shoots an arrow, but one of the guys was like playing you know, he's trying to make the ambiance. So he's like playing a violin. But he's mind controlled. Jumps in front of the arrow, takes the arrow for the guy. So she had a gun and just keeps shooting. I know it like kind of shocks her that this guy did this. Reload, shoot again. Reload, shoot again. Just keep shooting. Go at the guy. Jump at him. Do something. He's going to destroy the world. All this, none of these people matter. Not a single person on this train matters to the whole world. But anyway, so they're having a little conversation and she's like, you know, this isn't the way. You shouldn't do this. Your father, you know, trying to appeal to his humanity. But all these stones make you crazy, especially the red one, and it makes you super aggressive. So he's like, no, Laura, I thought we were one of the same, but we're not. So I don't like you. Then he uses the red stone to affect Jonah. Jonah gets all mad, but I guess it like amplifies like all your feelings, especially like your anger and hatred. And he kind of gives Laura a tongue lashing, and it's kind of true. Is there anything he said in this whole entire rant that wasn't true? He's basically like, you endanger all your friends. You only think of yourself. You say you're big, bad, and strong, but you're nothing. But you're really just a little girl who's crying for her daddy, and you just want to be heard, and you don't care if it ends up putting everyone else in danger. He's true. I don't see a single. You shouldn't be choking her while he's saying all these things. And how strong is Jonah? Laura weighs what? $115, maybe let's say $130. Try to lift up 130 pounds with one hand, like that, like holding it up the way he is. Not easy at all. Anyways, like just get the water jugs. The 5-gallon jug is 50 pounds. Just pick it up. Just go one-handed. Just pick it up like it's nothing. You see if you're able to do that, because if you are, you're a freaking athlete, beyond athlete. So he's going to kill her, just like toss her off the train. But she's able to, like, you know, save her. He just yeets her. It's so funny. Like take that. Just throws her right out of the train. She saved herself with her magical ice pick. It's just the most magical thing in the world. It can do everything. She saved herself, like, holding onto the side. And instead of sneaking back onto the train, she, like, does, like, a full-blown, like, very over-the-top entrance. Like, I don't know. I thought she would have been more stealth here, but no, she just comes back in. Then this always happens in every single modern cartoon where there's a male enemy antagonist and a female protagonist. They have to get humiliate them like in a fist fight. She beats the crap out of him. And I was thinking, okay, maybe he's not a trained fighter and Laura is. So she's able to get the upper hand on him. But we find out later in this episode that this shouldn't have happened. Anyways, I bring up Carmen Sandiego because this is like a stupid version of Carmen Sandiego, even though Carmen Sandiego was literally made for children and this was for older audiences. But Carmen Sandiego made more sense thematically. Carmen is a great fighter. When she goes up against someone who's a trained fighter, she kind of loses like all the time. Like she can't beat Tigress in a hand-to-hand combat. She can fight, she can hang with her for a little bit, but it's a fight that goes back and forth. And Tigress usually gets the upper hand, and then Carmen has to use trickery and use gadgets and use things to get out of the situation. No, here, Laura just beats the crap out of this guy, even though he looks like a pretty strong, capable dude. You know, like I said, Laura weighs 130 maximum, probably closer to 115. All those punches and hits, not a lot of strength behind that. Anyways, he starts calling all the people to like come help defend him and everything, and she just realizes, you know what? I'm gonna just save Jonah here. She just tackles Jonah, and then they just jump off just get the train. Like, you trust me? Oh, jump off the train. And this train's going how fast? And they just hit the ground and like they're fine. Jonah's happy to be back. He's not mind controlled anymore. She's like, oh, I got the one thing I was trying to get, was you, to save you. Okay, that's nice. It's a good thing that they're friends. Jonah doesn't remember anything that they did, but he kind of has weird flashbacks about it. They meet up with his friend. He's in love with Jonah. We have to go help those people. And by help those people, they mean bring them bottles of water. I guess. You say the whole entire village is completely destroyed. Here's a bottle of water. That'd be 50 cents, please. We get back to, we find out Zip has been looking up this guy and like his life. So after his father was killed by the light, he joined the military, the French Foreign Legion. Pretty hardcore dudes. So he's military trained, became a mercenary, got paid top dollar. So he's a killer. So he's a fighter. And the fact that he got thwomped, absolutely thwomped by Lara Croft is ridiculous. In an embarrassing kind of way, like he gets punched in the face. And he's like, oh God, no! How do I fight? Do you make a fist like this? Like he didn't even stand a chance. Nothing. In a straight like fist fight, Lara beats the crap out of him. Makes no sense. Why did he make him a mercenary? He should have just been a guy who used other people to fight his battles, and that would have made sense why he wasn't able to go toe to toe with Lara. Nope, he's a trained mercenary, and he can't hold a candle to Lara Croft. Yes, because that makes so much damn sense. They go back to Laura's old mansion to go look up this whole thing because Jonah's starting to remember things. He's thinking Zulu, Zala, something. So maybe it's in Africa. Maybe there's another stone somewhere. They're looking through all the different books, but they're there forever. Lara finds, I guess he says something else. It sounded like Zulu, but it was some kind of Zulu roar or something in China. The dad had a secret, passageway for like super secret artifacts. And this is a story. He used to tell me a bedtime story. And it's like, it's so stupid. Why tell me this random Chinese, like, fable thing is a bedtime story? Anyways, she finds out that that's where the next stone's going to be. Her best friend. It's so funny. Jonah has a friend who's super gay for him, and now Lara, and then we find out that Lara has a friend that's super gay for her in the last episode. So her little group, she works for like MI6 or something or whatever, and she's getting closer to the light, those people too, because they're planning something, because I guess they've been tracking these dudes. So she knows something's going down. Lara knows it's going down. These light people are against the guy getting the stones, but he's against the light, but the light's bad. So you have bad guys going after bad guys, going after good guys. And so you have all these different things going, which should be interesting, right? That sounds like that should be like something that's we're interested in, and we want to see how this plays out, but it's just so boring. I don't know. Like I said, I wish this show had different adventures. Different, like Lara goes and does other things instead of it just being these stupid stones that nobody really, Get this girl a gun. Just shoot the dude. Just freaking shoot him in the head. Get a sniper rifle. Just blow his head off. I don't know. It just blows my mind that she's still going to run around with a collapsible bow and an ice pick instead of just getting her freaking guns that she's always had in every single freaking game. But whatever. Crimson's in here. Thanks for watching the video. Remember, liking, subscribing, sharing, and commenting on the video really helps out a lot. It gets the video spread around more people get to see the videos, and we get to make more videos for you guys. So thank you, and we appreciate every single one of you guys.